Hello, friends, and welcome to another episode of Fort Worth Roots. You can find Fort Worth Roots on all of your favorite streaming services, Apple Podcast, iTunes, iHeartRadio, all the stuff. You can find us everywhere. Just look for Fort Worth Roots, and on social media, it's also Fort Worth Roots. You can find videos of these recordings on YouTube. If you're not already there, just look for Fort Worth Roots. And if you need to contact us, it is media@fortworthroots.com. Big thank you to everybody that's been coming out to our events. We've been doing a lot of stuff at Pouring Glory. We had an event out at Panther Island Brewing, and I just wanted to say thank you. We've had great support, lots of fun with all of our friends and community coming out to hang out with us and just be part of the fun, so thank you. Our next big event is going to be out at Cicada, August 11th, doors at 6, and it is going to be with Trash Puppies, Spatial Distortion, and our headliner for the evening is going to be The Spectacle. This is going to be unlike anything you've seen so far in the Fort Worth Music Series. This is a straight rock concert, and it's going to be awesome. This is the last leg of our big music festival that we've been doing this year from March and all the way up until September, but we moved it to October 5th. It's going to be out there at Pouring Glory October 5th, and all the bands that played in the series are going to be on one stage. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have vendors out there. We've been doing this will be our third year. We do this every year. Big event just to kind of celebrate Fort Worth and our friends and just put on a big-ass party. This one's going to be cool. Benny Keith has given us a stage, rolls up on a trailer. It's huge. We're going to close down the street, and it's going to be a big deal. This will be the largest party we've ever put on, and we want you to be out there. That is October 5th. But don't sleep on this August 11th event out at Cicada. This is going to be crazy. We've never done anything like this, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So, more information about that in the show notes, but don't miss it. It's a free show, and it's an early show as well. So we should be wrapping things up probably around 10 o'clock, I believe, at the absolute latest. But, yeah, doors at 6, and it's going to be a blast. So come hang out with us. This recording is a little bit different than most of our recordings because we recorded live at Boulevard Brew. We like getting out and going and seeing people and being part of the community. So this is one of those community events. We had Jorge Arista and David Armstrong record with us at Boulevard Brew, and we just kind of put on a little thing. Jorge Arista played for us live, and that music will be at the end of this episode after the show notes. And he's just a great guy. He is a big community player and a pillar of the Fort Worth music scene. And if you haven't seen him play live, you're missing out. He's been playing all over town and in other communities as well. Burleson, Denton, Weatherford, just all over the place. So, and go give him a follow. All the information on Jorge Arista will be in the show notes. Thank y'all so much for being here. I'm going to stop talking and let's start the show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on, I don't know what number episode this is, but we are here at Boulevard Brew. Brad was nice enough to keep the place open for us, and we've got Jorge Arista.
Thanks, Brad.
And Sam Esquivel.
You got it.
Did I say it right that time?
Correct. We've come a long way.
I know. I if anybody's been listening to the show for a while, they know I tried to church it up a little bit, called you Esquivel.
That's actually the right way. Esquivel. You used to say it in another way.
Okay.
Esquivel.
Esquivel?
There you go.
I know there's a right way and a wrong way,
Esquivel.
and I was screwing it up for a long time.
Thanks so much.
Well, thank you guys for being here. And, again, thank you, Brad, for having us. This is kind of a new thing that we're trying out. We have done live recordings at places before and had the PA system set up so that an audience could listen. But this is the first time that we've done something quite like this. So we appreciate you being here, Jorge.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, you've done radio interviews, so
yes.
you're basically professional level at this. I mean, this is just a podcast. You're not nervous, are you?
No.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna do the podcast recording. We got Mama Lou's tamales that just showed up, and I'm looking forward to that because I'm starving and I've been saving myself for those decadent tamales. So, but we're gonna do a podcast episode, and then Jorge's gonna play some music for us, and I've got Sam here from the Failed Podcast.
Thank you for having me. Here we are.
My co-host today, my stand-in.
Thank you.
So Jorge, let's start off from from the very beginning. Where are you from, man?
I'm from Fort Worth. Born in Mexico.
Okay.
But my family was already here. So my mom wanted one Mexican kid.
That's you.
And that was me.
That was it.
My parents already lived here.
What part of Mexico, if you don't mind me asking?
In Coahuila.
Very nice.
So
Now, for those of us not familiar, what area of Mexico?
it's a border town.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a border town. Hey, Stu.
Stu just walked in. Welcome, Stu.
So they wanted one Mexican kid, and that was me. And pretty much grew up here in Fort Worth in the Diamond Hill area.
Okay.
I went to school in that whole area from elementary school up until high school.
What high school?
So in Mitchmore, Meacham Middle School, and then Diamond Hill High School.
Fond memories?
Yeah. There was a lot of weird stuff going on there. Those neighborhoods.
Right.
There was a lot of sketchy stuff. So it was cool though. Really good.
So you got your whole family here?
Everybody's here.
Nice.
My parents, my brother, my sister, they're all here with their families too. So yeah, everybody. My wife.
Your wife is here with us now.
My kids, they're here somewhere. They're at grandma's. Yeah.
So tell us about your musical journey. You started off here in Fort Worth.
Yes.
At what point did you start developing an interest in music?
Since I was a kid. I mean, so parents would buy different stuff, different musical equipment to see who would pick it up. So there was always a keyboard, or there was a guitar, or there was something at the house, and I could see I could play stuff just by listening to it. My brother was okay. My sister didn't do anything, and then my mom sent my brother and my sister to violin classes, and not me. And then one day I was like, well, I'm going to try the classes, and I went to school with my brother's violin, and they were like, the classes aren't today. And after that, I never carried it again. Never went back to the class. And years later, there was a guitar hanging in the house, and I would play musical, anything off of TV, Gilligan's Island, Flintstones. I could play it on this guitar.
Now, what age is this?
I was middle school, maybe.
So probably 13.
Yeah, 12, 13, and I could play this stuff.
Wow.
On the guitar. Whatever was playing, I was like, oh, I like Andy Griffith, let me play it. Or I like Flintstones, and I could play it. Or I like whatever, and I could play it. And not until I got to high school, when pretty much found out about like Metallica and that kind of music, when I was like, ooh, like I like this.
Yeah.
When did your parents find out that you had a gift? Because there's one thing to play by ear, and then there's another to play with sheet music.
Yeah,
who figured that out first?
I cannot read music.
Who figured that out first, and then how did this start investing in you so you can continue to learn?
So just playing at the house with the guitar, and then one day I told my dad I wanted to get an electric guitar. He said, I'll get you the electric guitar, but I'm not buying you the amp. You have to get a job and buy your own amp.
Yeah.
So I probably had an electric guitar with no amp for about, maybe half a year. But I would still play it. And it was an old, Service Merchandise guitar that they bought me.
Service merchandise.
Service Merchandise.
Wow. Yeah.
I still have that guitar because
Nice.
that's my favorite guitar, but I don't play it. I still have it because my parents bought it for me. And then I went and bought me an amp at a pawn shop. Once I got a job, I was bussing tables and stuff. And then I started learning how to play. Once I heard it through the amp, I was like, "Oh, this is good." Right? It sounds so much different.
In life, there's like let's just say you learn to ride a bike, and it's like a cheap bike.
Yeah.
But you learn on it. The moment you upgrade and get a solid bike, you're like on another level. What were some of the lessons you learned before you got that amp that paid off once you got the lamp?
I'm not sure. I mean, I just knew that I could do stuff. My fingers didn't hurt as much as when I first started. I didn't know a lot. I didn't know the basics of what I was doing. I just knew it sounded right.
Yeah.
Right. I knew everything sounded like it was supposed to. I could play the song, and I was like, okay, it sounds like that. I probably wasn't playing it right. I don't think I was tuned half the time because I didn't have a tuner. I didn't know how to tune really good. I could just knew whatever that guitar was in, I could play that song however it was, even if it wasn't tuned.
So you would adjust how you played.
I would adjust. It was weird. And then once I remember we were going to do so this was like going into high school, and I started playing with some guys. I'm like, hey, I played. They're like, man, that's really good. You can play this and this and this. I'm like, yeah. They're like, that's kind of weird. You didn't know how to do anything last year, right? I'm like, yeah, I didn't. Now I do. And they're like, well, let's go talent show. Went to the talent show. Right before the show, another guy that was a real musician, friend of ours, he said, are y'all tuned all the same? I was like, what is that? What is that?
Oh, we like cartoons. We watch the same cartoons.
I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, the bass, the guitar, you all tuned together. I was like, oh, I had no idea, man. No clue.
Some truths were about to be revealed.
No clue. Of course, we turned up the distortion and just started playing because we're like, well, whatever.
Yeah.
So we went ahead and played anyways. It was really good. I mean, to me, it was good. And it was like a little high school band with some buddies. And we were called the Perros Calientes.
Translate that?
The hot dogs.
The hot dogs.
I'm proud of myself because I knew what he said. Took me a minute, but yeah.
And we only pretty much did. So we had a girl that played the drums. She was a real good friend of mine. She played the drums, and then we had a guy that was a real good friend of mine played the bass, and then a singer that we just kind of told, "Hey man, you want to sing?" He said, "Yeah." And that was pretty much our only show we did. And then after that, I maybe a half a year after that or so, another guy from school's like, "Hey, we got a band." My family said his dad, his brothers, everybody, they have a band, and it was cumbia.
Okay.
And he goes, "We need a guitar player because my dad's too old already." And I was like, "Cool." And then you go play. I'm so used to just playing rock, and I joined this band, which is an offbeat. If Spanish music is it's offbeat, and I couldn't do it.
Oh, wow.
It took me a long time to figure the offbeat because I was so used to being on beat. And
give me an example of on beat, like you did the unta. And
so
then
everything,
show me
guitar, bass, and drums and rock is ta 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 ta. In Spanish music, you got like a polka.
It's like backwards, right?
But it's
life in reverse.
Yes, and I couldn't get it. I couldn't pick it up, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I still was with the band. Yeah. They just kept me there, and I was learning stuff as I was going. I picked it up a little better. Started learning how all that stuff went, and then after that, played with them for a couple of years. And then some of the guys in that same band were like, "Hey, we're gonna get out. We're gonna do our own band. Come with us." I'm like, cool. And so we started doing our own thing. And that's about the time that I was like, man, well, I always played rock. And I played blues and other stuff too. Yeah. And we played cumbia, and I said, what if we mix it? And they were like, hey, it won't work. I'm like, no, it'll work. And so I did a couple songs, and they were like, oh, this will work.
Do you have one of those?
I don't have one on me, but...
I mean, is it online?
Some of the music is probably still online, yeah. There's some stuff on Spotify, I think, too. So we had a bunch of stuff.
Can I try to find it? Maybe not.
I don't know.
Some musicians don't like talking about their old stuff, man. That's okay. We'll let that one. Okay. We'll put that one on ice.
Yeah, I'll show it to you later.
So during that time when you were playing by ear, you started challenging yourself with new music, with cumbias. When did you realize, like, okay, I'm playing at another level now? Was it after you got out of cumbia, stepped back into rock? When did it finally click and you say, I got something? This isn't just by ear. This is a passion.
It was fun, but it was also so it was entertaining, right? So you're playing somewhere and people are liking it. That's when you're like, oh, people like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get the same thing now. I'm like, hey, they kind of like me. It's kind of cool. People like you, and you go home and they're like, dang. And you tell your kids, like, people kind of like me. They're like, really? Yeah. Like, you're the guy that sits on the couch and watches TV. Like, yeah, I'm that guy. Or I go back to work on Monday, and I'm just another guy that's working on, on the job site. You know? And you have a good show somewhere, and everybody's like, wow, man, that's really good. Yeah, you sing really good. You play really good. Kind of like that. So we would go somewhere, and they're like, hey, man, it's real energetic. You're really energetic. Yeah. You're doing this. We like what you're doing. And it was that when I played the cumbia. That's kind of where I've got it. I was kind of pretty much the MC of the band. So I would be the one announcing all the stuff. Hey, thank you for coming out here, but in Spanish. Muchas gracias por venir esta noche. Aquí estamos nosotros en el grupo, and say all the stuff in Spanish while the guys are getting ready to play the songs. Yeah. I'd be the one hyping up the crowd and talking and doing everything.
Nice.
And then, so it pretty much stuck that helps me out now. So when I'm playing, I get them. I'll ask a million questions to the crowd, or I'll say whatever. I see you with the shirt walking in. Red Hot Chili Pepper. Hey, man, I love Red Hot Chili Pepper. Or I'll play a little part of the song when they walk in or something just to get them going. Yeah. Stuff like that.
Good crowd work.
Yes. So it kind of helps me out. Yeah. And I learned that then. And that's kind of where I was like, oh, man, I can do this.
So people have a hard time with attention, and so musicians will hide behind an instrument to be the one that sings, to be the one that talks. It takes something unique. Do you know where that came from for you?
No,
that's a little more difficult, to be the front runner.
This is therapy.
Yeah, you're gonna leave better than you can.
I'm gonna get the box of tissues. We're gonna Barbara Walters this thing.
I don't know. I don't know where it. I mean, have no idea. It just worked. I guess it was one of them things that I was a middle child, so I'm the middle child in the family, the troublemaker,
Enough said.
That was.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're a middle child, you know,
I am.
it's the guy that's why you're doing this, right? That's why I'm doing this. Brother doesn't talk a whole lot. Sister doesn't really talk a whole lot, and then you got me.
Yeah.
That won't shut up.
I want to go back to your crowd work. So different venues that you're playing around town here in Fort Worth, and I know you do. You're all over the place.
Yes.
You're not just here in Fort Worth. You're in Denton. You're down in Burleson.
Yeah.
You were in Burleson this
yesterday.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what kind of venues are you doing this kind of crowd work in? Because that doesn't work in front of a large audience, so I imagine you're doing spaces like maybe Pouring Glory or...
So, say like Stockyard, Second Rodeo.
Yeah.
That's a big place, right?
I saw you at there.
Yeah, so I play there quite frequently.
Okay, cool.
That's
a good gig.
There, it's pretty much all tourists.
Right.
All
they
the
don't
time.
know you. They don't care that you're from Fort Worth.
No, they're all tourists. And I pretty much, my whole thing with those guys is, as they're walking in, hey, where's everybody from? Hey, people from out of town?
Sure.
Of course, they start, hey, I'm from Maine, I'm from this, I'm from Spain, I'm from, Denmark.
Australia, mate.
So you kind of have a little anecdote for pretty much anything they got going on. Yeah. So, luckily I've been able to travel. They've made me travel. I've got to travel. And so I've been a lot of places. So when somebody says, hey, we're from this place. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I've been there. I like that. Yeah. Hey, we're from Hawaii. Oh, I love this place. Here, I ate here and ate here. I love this place. Hey, I'm from wherever it is.
Right.
And I'll have some little anecdote, or I know somebody that's from there or something, and I'll be able to talk to them. After a while, they're getting into it.
Right.
Which also for me works because then you get tips.
Yeah.
Right. That's what we're working for tips.
Yeah, shake a little butt.
Yeah,
there's no shame
we're
in
working
it.
for money and have people follow us online and maybe listen to our music, that kind of stuff. Yeah. And that's how it works for me. The small bars, same thing. I mean, I get going. I start talking to guys. If they come and ask me questions, I'll answer them. It's always really good. Sometimes it's one of those things when you're playing, you talk and do your whole spiel, and they don't care if you're there or not.
Right.
Your background music.
Yeah.
They do not care.
Paid practice.
Yes. So they don't care. But the way you just got to figure it out is somebody's paying you to play.
Right.
Play whether you're – my whole theory is play like it's your last show every time, because it could be. You could be sure. You could go home and not make it home, Right. So you play that show, and maybe somebody that was there listened to a song and he liked what you did. Or that song maybe reminded him of something. Or maybe you helped him ease something that was going on in his life. Mm-hmm. For that one song you played, whichever song it may be.
Right.
But don't play it like, I'm just here tonight. No, man, play it like you're supposed to play it.
Yeah.
Even if it's one person or 1,000 people there.
Don't phone it in. Yeah.
Man, play it. Go hard. Go all the way, and then people will enjoy what you're doing, even if it's that one person. I mean, they do like it.
I'm glad to hear people talk about this kind of stuff because, like, as a musician, I think for me, before I got into all this, a musician to me was somebody that made music and released it, released it. But whenever you're actually out there engaging the community, you're doing these gigs, it's more than that. It's a lot more than that because you're not just a musician anymore. You're an entertainer.
Yes.
And you connect with people on a personal level, and that's how you get these gigs. That's how you get invited back to the show, right?
You hit it on the button.
Yeah.
I've got friends that are musicians, and then you got me. I'm an entertainer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I cannot read a lick of music. You couldn't tell me, hey, we're going to play this many chords and this bars and it's going to go. I'm like, just play and I'll follow you. And like I've told them, I said, man, y'all are the musicians. Mm-hmm. I'm the entertainer. I'm going to go out there and do wild stuff to get the crowd going. Yeah. Because I don't play as good as you. You can play and I'm going to be like, oh, wow, that's so good. And I'm going to be in awe of your playing. Yeah. And you're going to come see me and you're going to be like, oh, this dude's all over the place. He's doing cool stuff. He plays well. He puts on a show. He sings okay. I need to get that. You've seen my shirt the other day. I failed music.
Yeah,
I failed music class. I failed music class. I failed art class. That's
right.
the two things that I did.
You were at the Pouring Glory open mic night by Denver. Denver Williams is putting that on.
Really good open mic.
I did text you and told you we missed you.
Yes.
We're building a kind of a community out there.
There was
all of our best music homies are showing up to this thing. We've got a few more that haven't showed up yet.
Long list of people that day. It was so crazy. I got there and I was like, I'm not gonna be able to play. And then I looked at Denver and he's just like, yeah, I just signed it. I'm like, okay, so I signed it. And I was of course the last one to play, but that
was the best way to close the night. You're powerful. You got some power. Yeah,
I'm not holding back. But that's a really good open mic. So
it's the best open mic I've ever been to.
Yeah, it's a really good.
Personally,
the guys are really good. Denver's awesome.
Best.
I mean, that dude is amazing.
Yeah.
A lot of the guys that were there, I had a couple of friends. Two guys walk into a bar. Mm-hmm. They were there.
Yep.
My friend Tony was there. Bency Jones was there.
Bency Jones. We were playing his music earlier off of the Amplify 817 playlist.
So there was a bunch of really good guys and a bunch of guys that are just learning and coming up and trying to get that stage fright to go away.
Yeah, right.
So there was a bunch of those guys there too, which is great. I mean, you got to clap for them and tell them, hey man.
Oh, I go nuts.
Just do it.
Yeah, after every set, I go nuts.
It doesn't matter if you're good or not. They're trying and they want to get somewhere. A lot of these guys may be better than everybody else later on, and they're trying to get to that place, obviously, and you don't want to discourage them.
Well,
right?
and I'll give you some insider knowledge. I clap and I whistle and I go nuts for everybody whenever they get done with their set, but I clap even harder if you sucked, if you bombed, if you were missing the notes, if you were singing a little off key, I'm gonna clap harder for you.
Now you told them the secret. They're gonna be like, why does this guy clap so hard?
So if I'm over there breaking an arm off after you get done, man, well, you might have some work to do. But my point is,
you have to be encouraged.
Like that, you support. You go ahead and you let your ears get punched.
It's one of the things is they're. One of the things I've heard from other musician friends of mine that I used to play with is, and I believe this 100%. Your biggest hater is another musician out there.
Oh, I bet.
And he's your friend. The biggest hater is a guy that that hates that you're playing shows every week and playing here. Why is he playing here? Why is he doing this? And your biggest fan is a person you don't even know.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what he told me. And I was like, dude, you are absolutely correct.
Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
Does that sound a little bit familiar in other industries?
So in the pod community, in a sense, you kind of feel that. But at the end of the day, we're all looking for community. So we have to learn how to work around that regardless. And so having to deal with hate from your fellow musicians, what can help y'all grow a little bit better? Just so y'all have a better understanding of what's going on.
I don't know what it is, though. I mean, I don't care about some of these guys if they play anywhere big. I'm like, hey, dude, I'm so, I'll text them like, dude, that's badass. You're playing here.
Congratulations. Awesome.
Congratulations, right. Hey, man, I see you're going to play here, man. That's pretty cool. These guys, some guys, I mean, like I noticed, you could put a post up that you're playing somewhere. Nobody's going to like it.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And then you have people that just show up to your show and they're like, hey, man, we saw you posted it. Well, you showed up, right? And I was like, oh, cool, man. Thanks for coming. And I'll get messages from some people, hey, man, we might make it out tonight.
We might.
Right?
We might.
Which is good for me. I don't care if they might. If they might make it, it's fine. But they at least, hey, man, they text me and they said, hey, man, we might make it out. We're going to have, it be somebody that's having a date night with their husband or whatever. Like, hey, we might drive by there and we'll stop. And these are guys that I just met playing. Mm-hmm. These are not my musician friends. Days that I have off, I try to go to the show and watch some of my friends. Or even before I was playing a lot, I would go watch my friends play all the time. Just, hey, man, I'm going to go to show. In reverse, now I'm playing. Do my friends go?
Right.
No.
Right.
I could answer that for you.
And I try to make a point to go out and support these things. And Megan will tell you, because it gets ridiculous some weeks where I'm like, I got to go to this. I got to go to that. The here Fort Worth mixers. I got to go to that. And so-and-so's playing, so I got to make it over there. But you're one person, right?
Yeah, I mean, but it's still. I mean, I don't have any hate for any of these guys that are playing. I'm like, cool, they're playing here. I'm going to support you, or if you got something, and I may forget, but I will take your post and I'll repost it or share it with somebody. Hey, man, you see this guy's playing? Yeah. Something like that. Some of these guys don't. But I do have some friends that they'll take my posts and repost them all the time. Yeah. Got a couple of guys. Got Ray over in Weatherford, Tony over in Burleson, Tony Cox. He's one of the guys that played the other day.
Yeah, Tony.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of dudes that Shay Lindsay, also from Weatherford. He posts my stuff all the time. These guys are always posting stuff for me, and I'm like, and I text him back, hey man, thank you for posting.
So much. Yeah.
You know, even if one person sees that,
because your mom won't do it.
Nah. My mom won't. She doesn't know how anyway.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like your closest friends, your family, sometimes they just don't see it the way you do. But these other people, like Tony, who shares my stuff too, will get out there and just be your biggest
that's
supporter.
so cool, man. It's so cool. And then one of the things I text Ray. So he owns an Ace Hardware now in Weatherford. He just opened up but we met at Edgewise Brewing, and I said, thank you for sharing my stuff all the time. He goes, man, the last time we played at we did a fundraiser for a friend of mine named Joe Lilly. And he said, you were so nice to me. And you were real positive. And he goes, I really like what you did. And I liked your music. So I'm going to, whatever I can do to help you out. I said, dude, that's all I need. Just if you just share it, that's perfect.
Now,
I said, man,
you've been playing for a while, so social media wasn't you didn't use it back in the day. And stepping into it, all that support or all that non-support is new.
Yes.
So what has helped you in social media, being like introduced to it, like you progressed into it?
Yeah, I didn't even know how to use a computer. It was so weird.
You started with the green screen. You started with the green screen, right?
I have no idea how to use a computer at all. And then I have no clue of how to use any of that stuff. Yeah. And then now with all the, computers and pretty much you got everything on your phone. You can do everything off your phone.
Yeah.
I still don't know how to use everything. So I'm not on a whole bunch of stuff. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. That's pretty much it.
Are you doing your social media posts though? Because they're looking.
I do my own. Yeah,
that's good.
But we're graphic designers also. So we own a graphic design company. Me and my wife, we do graphic design and silk screen, and we do all kinds of stuff for businesses, for schools.
Okay.
Yeah. So we do stuff.
I saw your post the other day about the shirts. You have
the shirts.
the
We do tents. We do the banners. We do flyers. We do everything, pretty much everything. So that's where that comes from, and I don't try to make them too flashy. Sometimes I make them really dumb on purpose because the dumb stuff sometimes catches your eye more than the professional stuff.
Yeah.
You just do something wacky, and then I'll have guys text me, Itchy Richie will call. Dude, your poster's so ridiculous. We love them. We love your poster. Crazy. We like what you're doing, and I'm like, yeah. I'm trying to, and sometimes I'm like, can I put this on there? I don't want to be unprofessional, and sometimes I may, like the song I put on my post for this week, which was the one off of I was going to say the South Park, but it's not South Park. It's the
Team America.
Yeah. And I was like, should I put this? I like
how you censored yourself.
Yes.
So just real quick, interesting story. You brought up Richard Keller from Itchy Richie and the Burning Sensations. By the way, he says he's retiring the shiny suit. And I said, you can't do that. You can't do that. But he's in I can't remember what he said. He's in Costa Rica or something. And apparently whenever they got off the airplane the other day, there was a mudslide. And he said, you almost lost your boy. I said, get back to Fort Worth where you belong. Get out of there. But he said there was a mudslide and it just took out a bunch of stuff, and anyway.
And just think, if he had the suit on, they would have found him right away.
That is a perfect selling point. I told him he can't get rid of that suit.
The suit, in case y'all don't know what it is just it's just a full sequin suit.
It's like a disco ball.
It's like a disco ball.
It's a guy wearing a disco ball.
And the first time I saw him was at Pouring Glory. So he saw me at Tannehill's.
Okay.
We did the here Fort Worth open mic thing.
That. Bunch of local musicians.
Yes, and he texted me like, dude, you did crazy. It was amazing. Boy, I'm like, yeah. And I said, so? He goes, man, I love what you're doing. I said, cool. So where are you playing at? He goes, I'm going to be at Pouring Glory. I said, I'll be there this weekend. Nice. I'll go. And I remember that day
Is that when I met you?
Yeah, so that day was 150 degrees that day.
It was
it was so hot, but the thing that got me was that he kind of took off. He goes, I'm going to get ready for my show. I said, oh, cool. He takes off, comes back in this glittery suit, and I'm like, are you going to play in that thing? And everybody's like, oh, he's like a true musician because he's at least.
It's 1,000 degrees.
He wore the thing, and it's like a giant reflector. It's even hotter than wearing anything. And he did the show, and you could see him just dying.
Oh, yeah. It's melting in front of our eyes.
Hot that day. And he did it. And everybody that was there, because his bass player and his drummer were in shorts, and like muscle shirts.
Yeah.
And he was just in that thing. And then I could hear everybody around him going, man, the fact that he's playing in that thing is, that just
insane.
Just shows that he's got it, man. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because it was hot that day.
It was insane. So I got to, before
Go.
Sam jumps in there, we are not doing any more outside events from April
just in the
to
summer.
October. We are not doing it. It's absolutely not going to happen. So anyway.
So him wearing his suit, it's like when you were talking entertainer and musician, there's costumes that people wear to perform. How do you dress, or how do you go about getting on stage? You just like this?
This is me.
This feels comfortable.
Pretty much. I wear whatever I feel comfortable in. It depends on where I'm playing. Also, if it's like my first time playing the for sure, I try to kind of
doll it up.
a little bit, not much. And it also the weather has a lot to do with it. So like yesterday, that was so hot. It was t-shirt. Just t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'm going to wear a t-shirt. I'm not wearing a long sleeve. I've made the mistake of doing it before.
Did you ever go down to shorts?
No, my legs are too skinny, dude.
I know. I got the same.
I got chicken legs.
Yeah. Well,
If
for
I
me,
were-
it's because they're too white. I'll blind people.
My legs, if I wear shorts, it looks like I'm walking on my hands.
Ow.
Oh man,
They're that skinny.
Growing up, what were some of your inspirations in music? Like, was it people that kind of sing the way you do now, or did you come into music through other types of music?
Because
sorry, let me cut you off just so we let people know that you sing grunge country,
Gothic country,
Gothic
country.
You were so close.
Gothic.
And so I heard you a while ago. It makes sense. It's really aggressive and strong.
Mm-hmm.
Was that your influences early on?
No, I was influenced. My brother used to play a lot of rock growing up. Stoner music kind of stuff, and then regular stuff. So he played. The biggest memory I have is Stevie Ray Vaughan. So that was like my favorite musician. He's still my favorite musician out of everybody. He was just amazing. And the fact that he's from the area is even better. But my brother would always play Stevie Ray Vaughan, Led Zeppelin, ZZ Top, and that kind of music growing up. And that's kind of what I listened to growing up. Boston. Mm-hmm. There wasn't really a whole lot of other stuff. There was Spanish music we listened to at the house because my parents always had it on.
Yeah.
But with my brother, it was always at that time it was the rock that was, they call it classic rock now, but it was the rock that was on the radio that everybody listened to. And then from there, just kind of, like I said, I listen to everything. I listen to classical music on the way to work so I can be calm. Yeah. I listen to everything. If it's an instrument going on, I'm listening to it.
Do you find, because this is kind of a recent development for me, like over the last 5 years, I'm finding that music I didn't like previously, I'm starting to develop a taste for, which is really weird. Yeah, Korn. Whenever I was in high school, I thought Korn was stupid. I get down to Korn so hard now. I love Korn. I love Korn now.
And he's talking about the band, not the vegetable. So.
Oh yeah, Megan started that, by the way.
Yeah, I listen to all that. I'm big into like death metal too. So
really?
I like a lot of death.
Screamo.
Oh yeah. So we go to a lot of concerts, like a lot of concerts. So me and my wife, we go. My biggest band that I like is Foo Fighters.
Oh,
That's like my Dave Grohl's amazing. He's just a good person.
Definitely not grunge.
Yeah, but he plays everything. But we go to a lot of stuff where there's festivals, so there's other bands there. And then Ohio was one of the ones we just did. So whenever they came back and had the new drummer, we went to Ohio to watch that festival, and it was 75% death metal. And it was so good. Everything was so good. I love that stuff. I mean, it was everything. You name it, they were there.
I can see how that would change your perspective.
Yeah. I mean, it was like Suicidal Tendencies. It was Deftones. Yeah. It was Tool. Tool was there. Foo Fighters. Giovanni and the Hired Guns were there. Kiss was there. And then you just have these names that I couldn't even look. I couldn't even read them because the names were
it's all jumbled up.
Yeah, you can't even tell. They were just so good. And I like that stuff. I mean, it's good. The energy is so crazy when they're playing. So you got this guy watching a heavy metal show, and they're like, what? And it's just good. It's music. Yeah. And it's good, and the energy is good. And these guys can sing. The guys can play. I do a lot of screaming, but in between they're also singing normal.
Yeah.
Also, and I just think it's great. I listen to everything.
Well, and a positive experience like that can totally change your outlook on something. I couldn't have given a damn about soccer my entire life up until the point where I was on a amateur soccer team with some friends, and we just went out, played, had fun, whatever. Everybody got hurt, new injuries every week. But because of that, I went to an FC Dallas game. And I really enjoyed that game. It was like one of the most fun sporting events I've ever been to. And if you'd asked me 5 years before, I didn't care at all about soccer. But I love watching soccer now. So just to say
opposite.
a positive experience can bring you into something. I think music's like that too.
Mine's just opposite. So I went to a game in Mexico City, and after that, I don't want to go to a game ever again. It was just so crazy. The games in Mexico City are just intense.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting there, and there's guards, police with shields and sticks and guns.
Bro, it's not a game anymore.
It is so crazy. And the kid that was with us was wearing the opposite jersey of the team, so he was frightened. He was telling
he should have taken it off.
No, so that's what he told his mom, take my shirt off. He was a little kid. He's like, take my shirt off. They're going to get it. I'm like, the fact that you're doing this as a kid, that you already know you're going to get beat up for wearing the wrong jersey, going in the wrong door. It was ridiculous. I was like, wow. And then we go inside, and if you've ever seen one of those games in other countries, they have the drums and the trumpets and all the stuff, and they're jumping and they're doing and screaming, and they just start fighting each other. I'm like, they're supposed to be friends.
What are you doing? What are you doing? What?
And there's fights everywhere in this whole stadium. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Of course, she loves it.
Yeah,
she's all into it. I'm just like, no, and then at one game, the guy tried to take my, I got there and there was somebody in my seat, and I was like, hey, that's my seat. This dude would not even turn around and look at me, right? And I was like, hey, you're my seat, and he still wouldn't move. He wouldn't move. So of course I told her, here, take my stuff. I'm gonna hit this guy in the face, and then neither one of us is gonna watch this game because he's not moving. He's not even paying attention to me. And she's like, what? I said, I'm just gonna hit him because he's not even paying attention. And this guy was watching me as I'm taking stuff out of my pocket, and he's like, hey, I got seats down here, y'all come down here with me. So we moved down about 7 rows, and so we were able to watch the game. She was able to watch the game. She wanted to watch the game. I was like you 5 years ago, I could care less. I didn't want to watch that soccer
experience.
Game. It was a good experience, but I don't want to go back.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good experience at all.
The soccer games are just too intense.
You got better seats. Someone saved them.
Better seats.
We got to talk about your beautiful wife who's here with us today. How long have y'all been married?
25 years. 6. You said 26.
I really put you on the spot. She doesn't know either.
I never answered that question in public.
It's 25.
Excellent. Now, where did you two meet?
Playing music. I was, when I was playing music.
She's also a musician?
No.
Oh, you were on the other side. Okay.
Yeah, she came out, and she used to come out with our keyboard player at the time, and then come out with him to watch. Well, he invited her and sister and some other friends out to go watch.
Yeah, that's okay.
And they would all come out and watch us. Yeah, that's where it's
very cool. Very cool.
So yeah.
So when you're writing and developing music, do you ever test stuff with your wife?
Oh, they hate everything I do.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna play something,
and it's not that they hate it. The fact that when you're playing it, you play it so many times.
Yeah.
Over and over and over and over. You're playing that song so many times. They're just like, oh my God. They're tired. Even the dogs just leave the room. They don't even care. They just and they seriously look at you, roll their eyes, and walk out. I got a husky, and they talk, and they hate.
Is there certain chords they hate that
I don't know. I think they just hate. They hate the guitar. They try to bite the guitar.
Yeah.
They just like, oh, just shut up, But it's the fact that I think I play it. That one song, I will play it probably 3-4 days in a row until I try to find the changes and find, the melody, or try to find the right chords and the right stuff to play, right? So they just get tired of it sometimes. But then when it's all done, they're like, oh, it's a pretty good song. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Where are you gigging at these days?
Everywhere.
You said Second Rodeo.
Second Rodeo.
Now, do you have a residency there?
No, they just call me
all the time.
I mean, I play like every 2 weeks there, and then I'm the emergency guy sometimes. So because I live so close to Second Rodeo, they were just like, "Hey man, can you make it here in about an hour or two?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm right down the street." Yeah,
you got at least one spot down in Burleson.
I play in Burleson, Eagle Point. I play Weatherford, the Northside Remedy. a lot. I play the Truck Yard Alliance, play the Rustic in Dallas, that kind of stuff. Just various other bars that are just so crazy.
Oh,
Pappy Jack's.
Pappy Jack's. That's June 22nd, 7 to 10 p.m. in Springtown. Oh, that's why she's showing me this.
What's that? What happened?
Because we just moved out to the Sticks, and Pappy Jack's is right around the corner.
They got some good bands there.
Yeah, well, they got at least one.
They got
at least one.
That guy right there. If you've ever been to Springtown, that's pretty much the only thing in Springtown.
It really is.
There's nothing else in Springtown but that.
Cheers, man.
Nothing.
Do you notice, for those of you that are familiar with the area, 199 going towards Springtown, after you get through Azle, there's always like some guy walking up and down each
one side of the road.
You
It's
notice
just
that?
there's always somebody walking.
There's always somebody walking on the side of 199. Like once you get past Azle,
There's a lot of cops over there.
there is a lot of cops
A
up
lot
there.
of cops.
Yeah, there is. I hear things.
There's a lot of there's a lot of cops. But yeah, I play pretty much any. I mean, I've played little holes in the walls. I'll play whatever. I'll play anything. They usually call me. I will go.
We're gonna check out Pappy Jack's.
Pappy Jack's
We should go.
It's okay. They got
to go check that
Yeah, wait till there's a guy there playing.
Well, you're the guy.
When I'm there playing, y'all can
That's
see
wh-
me.
that's why
I don't know
we're
when
gonna
I'm
be
going
there.
again, but yeah, I
22nd.
mean, that's just June.
Oh, that was June.
June.
Okay. Hi.
I'm playing
back.
I'm playing. Maybe I am playing this month there. No. Maybe next month. I'm not sure.
Well,
It's
at
on my
any
phone
rate, people
somewhere.
can find it on your social
They
media.
can.
And Fort Worth Roots will always happily share anything.
Sure.
Just tag us.
Thank you.
Because I don't see it.
No. You're a busy man though.
But and now it's gotten to the point where even when people tag me, I
still don't see it.
I still don't see it.
It's not you.
So you can send it to
It's
me
the app.
directly.
It's Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
Because I will not see messages sometimes for 2 days.
Isn't it wild?
And it's not because I didn't see it. It's because it's not
It
there.
just wasn't there.
It wasn't there. And
Yeah.
it'll just pop up and it'll say 2 days ago. I'm like, no, this wasn't there.
But you know what it is. They want people to pay for attention. They don't want you going out there trying to like
Get
grassroots, do something. They want you to pay for their ad service that doesn't
Yeah.
work very well.
But yeah, there's messages that I've completely missed, even from places that want shows. They're like, hey, can you make it here tonight? Somebody canceled on me. And I will not see it at all.
Right.
And then I'll see it 2 hours later, and they're like, never mind, I already got. I'm like, what is this?
Damn
Got
it.
somebody to book out. I
Yeah.
was like, it didn't
Call
pop up.
me next
No,
time.
it didn't even pop up. Nobody
Right.
calls anybody anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Nobody uses the phone.
Well, folks, take your phones out right now if you could. If you have Instagram on your phone, and go to Instagram and type in JG
Arista.
Arista.
Arista. I'm there.
on his that's his Instagram. Make sure you follow that. And if you'd like to, we've got a Instagram counter up there on top of that old Coca-Cola machine. If you go to Fort Worth Roots Instagram and hit follow, that thing is live right now. It'll actually click over.
1,150.
Yeah.
Let's see. One of y'all make that thing move for us, please.
Is it really?
If you don't already follow us on Instagram,
That's
if
pretty
you
cool.
I
follow us
swear,
right
my
now.
eyes are so
I tried
bad.
it in the studio. I
works.
unfollowed and followed, and it
Really?
yeah, it did the flip.
Dude, I thought it was a Target thing. From here, my eyes were that bad.
So he'll wake up at 2 a.m. and just be like, I'm gonna mess with Andrew, and he'll just like
Unfollow.
unfollow me.
That's cool.
And follow
man.
me and then refollow me.
He's like, oh man, oh good.
oh man, oh good.
So okay, let me ask another question. I don't know how much time we have.
We're about to tie it up. I
Okay.
want
I'll
to
let
get
Andrew
these
put the
folks
button on this one.
some more
Yeah, absolutely.
Jorge Arista on stage. So we're going to do that. But I want to hear your question now. We're all curious.
Okay, I was going to ask you, since you gig a lot, you play at a lot of places, and you get different experiences. What's an experience you've had recently that really stood out, that really just helped you be more positive, more motivated?
Oh, okay.
Because I'm asking because at some point they all feel the same, right? But
They do. But so I played at Sammy's on the Lake. I don't know if you know where Sammy's on the Lake at. So I played there, and the crowd did not care that I was there at all. It's a boat. It's right on the lake. Everybody goes there to go get in the water, put their boats in the water. And I'm playing, man, and I'm doing everything I always do. And I'm playing, and this guy comes in, whatever. I take a break. I go outside to take a picture of the marina, and this 10-year-old kid sticks his hand out to fist bump me. He goes, dude, you're doing great. And I was like, I came back inside, and I went, man, there's a little kid out there that fist bumped me and said I was doing great. And my wife goes, what? I said, yeah, some 10-year-old kid. I said, that's all I need.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's awesome.
This kid said I was doing great. He's actually paying attention. He fist bumped me. He said, you're doing a great job. And then I went in, so I was like, dang, man, I feel so good. I felt I'm good. I'm playing what I always play, but it's just like, okay, this is good now that he's at least paying attention. He knows what I'm doing. And then about that time, a couple was there, and they're like, hey, man, what are you drinking, right? So I was like, whatever. And he goes, let me get you a beer. And he goes, we saw you were playing here, and we came to see you. He goes, I saw you at Second Rodeo, and I said, I told my girlfriend that you're going to be famous. I was like, really? He goes, I swear. He goes, we heard you. You sounded great. And I was like, are you serious? He goes, I'm dead serious. He goes, that song you have on Spotify is my favorite song. I was like,
nice.
Okay, are you serious? Awesome. Like he goes, I said, you only got like 5 listeners. He goes, you got 4. I said, at least so he knows. So he does he goes on there. And I was like, and he goes, can you play that song for me? I said, absolutely.
Oh, man, I'll play it 3 times in a row.
Absolutely play that song for you. So those 2 guys that night, I was like, at least these guys. And I was like, man, I'm glad they came. I'm glad whoever was there paying attention was fine. But the fact that I like to say, drunks and kids don't lie. Right? Yeah. They tell the truth. And the kid was like, yeah, you're doing great. And I was like, oh, man. I was like, that is awesome.
Well, as a guest of the Fort Worth Roots, you've done good today. So I'm going to give you a fist bump.
Thank you.
For being a good guest.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to
Fort Worth Roots podcast.
Yeah, hit us with that movie magic. Give us a few lines.
You're listening to Fort Worth Roots podcast. We do another one?
No.
This summer.
That's good. A little silence is good so you can clip it. So you can
in a world with Fort Worth Roots podcast. Oh, but you're in River Oaks.
It's all right. No, we're a Fort Worth brand. Listen, we're all family here, okay? River Oaks, we're Lakeside. It's all kind of.
It's all together,
Saginaw, whatever.
It's a collage. It's all good.
It's all in Fort Worth.
You got somebody else here you got to interview.
Yeah, and we got to get you playing some music.
Sure.
So we're going to get out of here. Guys, this is our co-host for the day, Sam, and he has a podcast called The Failed Podcast. It's an excellent show that tells the story of people through the lens of failure. And you can find him on Instagram at _failed_podcast.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Check that out.
Is it linked on your stuff?
It will be. It will be for this episode.
I was noticing because you put him on there after I put something on there, and I was like, who's this?
Yeah.
Let me see who this is real quick.
Yeah. Your other interrogator. Well, you did great, man. And
Thank you.
We'd like to have you back on the show sometime soon. All right, guys. We're going to get things wrapped up here. And in just a moment.
Thank you, guys.
Jorge's going to be playing some badass music for us. Big round of applause. Come on, guys.
That was great.
All right. Big thank you to our friend Sam Esquivel for being the guest co-host today for this episode. And our guest, of course, Jorge Arista, who you can find on the Instagrams. And I said the tag or the where you can find him in the episode, but I'll put it in the show notes as well. I don't have it in front of me right now. Jorge Arista. And go catch this guy play live. Also check out the Failed Podcast. That one's easy to remember for me because I've known our buddy Sam for years now. He is at _failed_podcast and just always putting out good content. So go give him a follow as well. Thank you to our buddy Brad over at Boulevard Brew for letting us put on this little shindig. Stay tuned here in just a moment. I did capture some of the recording from Jorge Arista playing live. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am not doing great this morning. I've got the sinus stuff that's going around town, and I feel a little funny. So if the if the intro and the outro is a little bit off base, that's why. Hope you're doing well, and let's talk about these sponsors a little bit. WoodPostMetalworks.com. They specialize in metal signs with or without LED backlighting, fence and gate repair, or installation, light steel fabrication, industrial plasma cutting, and more. Houkwalker Originals, houkwalker.com. They offer a huge variety of unique and personalized gifts, also laser engraving to customize just about anything you can think of. Our homie over there at Roofing Solutions by Darren Houck. It's roofingsolutionshout.com, 816-882-6520. We talked about them at the beginning of the show. And, like I said, don't take it from me. I'm just a podcaster. But they have the highest ratings in town. And that's important. It's the most important, probably the most financially significant investment is your home, right? Well, you don't want to trust just anybody to your home. So give these guys a shout, 817-882-6520, and mention the Fort Worth Roots Podcast. They will give you 50% off a roofing tune-up. Are you craving quality made... I'm going to start over. Are you craving quality music made right here in Fort Worth? Visit amplify817.org to browse and stream a growing collection of commercial-free local music wherever you are. Do your ears a favor and discover your new favorite local group today on amplify817.org. Amplify 817 is a service of the Fort Worth Public Library, sponsored in part by community donors to the Fort Worth Public Library Foundation, which pays local artists up front to feature their music on the platform. I'm just getting through the read there. They want me to read it like that verbatim. So we did it kind of goofed up there a few times. But the one I did at the beginning of the episode sounded good. I'll go back and edit that one so it sounds nice and crisp and clean. But anyway, amplify817.org is a leg of the Fort Worth Public Library, and they are doing something amazing. They are taking the funds that go into supporting the library and they're passing it back into the community to enrich our local music vibe. They're paying these musicians up front. They don't have to wait for 100,000 streams on Pandora or whatever the streaming services that they're listed on. Amplify 817 pays them up front for the rights to play their music on the amplify817.org website. Now, that's all the good stuff that they're doing, and there's more behind it than that even, but here's what you need to know. I had a guy at work not too long ago, he's like, bitching about, I can't find good music on the radio, or he didn't know how you find good music anymore. And I said, well, you're wrong. What you need to do is you need to go into town, you need to go to some of these little open mic nights like the one at Pouring Glory on Wednesdays hosted by Denver Williams. That's a great way to find local music. But he's not going to make that drive. He lives west of Weatherford, right? So for anybody that lives inside Fort Worth or people that live abroad, a great way to find fresh new music by these badass trailblazer musicians is to go online, amplify817.org, and take a look at the playlists, take a look at the individual artists, and see what they got cooking. It's going to blow your mind. Whenever I first got into this, I didn't realize that local music could be so professionally done. You know, I think of stuff on the radio being large production, huge studios, and outside of the reach of any local person. But anyway, the music's great, the talent is here, and you are going to be amazed whenever you go on amplify817.org and you see what's coming out of a little bitty place like Fort Worth, Texas. Just kidding. It's like the 11th largest city in the U.S. So, but blew my mind. Probably shouldn't have, but it did. Amplify817.org. Cool. All right. Moving on. Onward. Wavy Digital. WAVVY Digital. Our friend over at Wavy Digital is specialized in making sure that your digital footprint is larger. So if you are a musician, if you're a content creator, if you have a small business and you need help increasing the size of your digital footprint, Wavy Digital can help you get that done. Pouring Glory, 1001 Bryan Avenue, Fort Worth, Texas, just off South Main Street, 935, 1 block north of Rosedale. It's a growler refilling station that serves craft beer and award-winning food with live music. We talk about this place nonstop, but they have got a new fire under their belt there at Pouring Glory. New stuff happening, things that they haven't done before. You need to go online. You need to check it out. On their Instagram is probably the best place. Just look for Pouring Glory on Instagram. You can see all the upcoming events. Wednesday nights. This is a lot of fun. Denver Williams just kicked this off. He is now doing an open mic at Pouring Glory every Wednesday. And yours truly, moi, I will be there Wednesday nights for a new thing that we're doing where I go out and I do a shift with local businesses. And, of course, me being a podcaster, I'm out there with the video camera, taking videos, doing lives, all sorts of stuff. But they're also putting me to work. So, anyway, come have a beer with me. Not with me, but I'll serve you a beer. How about that? Come out to Pouring Glory Wednesday. Enjoy the live music at the open mic. And I'll be there taking care of you, along with the competent portion of the staff, the people that know what's going on. I'm just kind of a sidekick on those nights. So, anyway, lots of fun. Really glad to be working with Pouring Glory, and it's an honor, and I know you guys are going to have fun, so come on, let's do it. Wednesday night. Starts at 7 o'clock. Excuse me, clear my throat. All right, I'm back. McFly's Pub, 6104 LTJG Barnett Road, Fort Worth, Texas. It's a 1980s Back to the Future themed bar with a very impressive outdoor area. They got a fire pit, not really relevant right now, but hang out, bring some friends for pool, darts, cornhole, jumbo, Jenga, and catch a live event with local musicians on stage multiple times every week. Again, that is McFly's Pub. We'd love it there. Stand by. Switching to missiles. All right. Eaton Data Solutions. EatonDataSolutions.com. Our friend Richard Eaton is the owner of Eaton Data Solutions, and when he's not protecting small and measly... Starting over. Here's the read. Our friend Richard, I wrote this, by the way. Our friend Richard Eaton is the owner of Eaton Data Solutions, and when he's not protecting small and medium-sized businesses from data theft and cyber attacks, he is doing that very same thing at his 9-to-5 for Fortune 500 companies. So he knows what he's doing. Richard has been doing this for a very long time. He has watched the technology change and the scammer techniques adapt over the years, and the online criminals get better and better at attacking companies across the globe. One thing became very clear to Mr. Eaton. Page 2. It's not just enormous Fortune 500 companies that are vulnerable to these online punks. Now even small and medium-sized businesses are being attacked. It can happen in an instant. Business owners log in one morning and realize they no longer have access to any of their data. Payroll, tax records, customer database, and files they've been saving since the formation of their company just gone. And that's when these cyber criminals start making demands. They'll lock up your data, tell you they're going to give you a password if you pay them a certain amount. If you pay them, sometimes they'll give you that password, sometimes they won't. Richard knew, okay, we're past that, right? Am I on page 3? Where are we? Richard knew small and medium-sized businesses needed protection, just like the big guys. EatonDataSolutions.com, drop-down menu at the top right. Hit services, hit plans. Eaton Data Solution can help you and your team identify areas of vulnerability in your existing system and provide you with solutions to protect your business from the unthinkable. So you might not think that data protection is something that you need, but apparently it is. And in the days of cyber criminals lurking about inside the ether, you need somebody that can come in, give you a consultation, be like, look, this is where you're screwing up. So anyway, it's important. You've got insurance on everything that you own. And if you lost all of your data tomorrow, would you be able to recover from it? Give these guys a look. Make sure you check them out. That is EatonDataSolutions.com. All right, next. We got more sponsors. Flurry Fitness. Find them on Instagram as Flurry Fitness Fort Worth. They're located at 643 Sherry Lane, that's with an S, Fort Worth, Texas. Go to their Instagram and click on the link provided for your free 3-day pass. Also tell them you heard about it on the Fort Worth Roots podcast, and they're going to waive all of your sign-up fees during their spring sales event. This place is pretty dope. You need a good workout. You want to hit a punching bag? Look, these guys it's a fun little group of people out there, and the enthusiasm that you get from the very knowledgeable instructors helps you get through that hour-long workout. You're going to be exhausted when you get finished, but you are getting one hell of a workout. So go check that out. Flurry Fitness Fort Worth on Instagram. All right, the Body Scrubbery. We love Michelle. She's been coming out to events with us, hanging out, supporting the community, and she is located at 519 Pennsylvania Avenue, 76104. Go on their website, thebodyscrubbery.com, and check this place out. A boutique and unique spa experience. Tagline is, don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. We also did a video on our social media account where we had a model do the body scrub, and Michelle had us film the whole thing so that you could see what a body scrub is, because I had no idea what it was. But anyway, it's a great way to relax, rejuvenate your skin. More details on her website. Don't get me lying to you. Luxury foot spa, full body scrubs, infrared heat wraps, massage bubble tub, mud wraps, facials, couples packages, and small group parties. The Body Scrubbery, on Instagram as The Body Scrubbery. You guessed it. Go online and check this place out. Hit that drop-down menu in the right upper-hand corner and find the Book Now tab. Already told you guys about Wavy Digital. How about Wilderness Galaxy? Galaxy Wilderness? Am I mixing this up? Hold on a minute. Let's double check. So this is a buddy of mine, and we go way back. I used to have a landscaping company, and I needed a tree guy. Well, here comes my buddy from Galaxy Wilderness Disc Golf. Joe, this guy's just incredible. He's a fellow veteran, and we connected through that. But this dude was just always there for me. Hard worker, very knowledgeable. And anyway, he shut that business down. And now, fast forward to just a couple months ago, he started up Galaxy Wilderness Disc Golf. Galaxy Wilderness is dedicated to promoting disc golf to the masses for its health benefits through outdoor therapy, exercise, and camaraderie. Good stuff here. You guys play disc golf? No? Well, you might want to start after this. He'll bring all the stuff out to you and set it all up. You can keep it over the weekend, and he's got different packages, different sizes. But it's a cool thing that you might not have thought of for an event, or maybe you got like a business retreat or something. You fill in the blank. But he'll come out, set the baskets up, kind of put the course together for you, give you all the equipment you need, and just play your heart out. Galaxy Wilderness Disc Golf on Facebook. Let me check, make sure if last week he didn't have a website yet. There's not a website yet. So find them through Facebook, or you can get them through email, GalaxyWildernessDG@gmail.com. The phone number is 682-228-0399, and this will be in the show notes. Their category is Party Entertainment Services. By the way, you can... they're not on there yet because they don't have a website. All of our sponsors can be found on our website, which is FortWorthRoots.com, in case you forgot. Easy to find. But it's also in the show notes for every single episode. Let me just make sure I didn't forget anything here. This past couple of weeks have been insane. We've been going to shows, trying to really show out for the public, for our friends, our homies out there that are doing cool stuff, putting on performances. Want to make sure that we're practicing what we preach. You know, get out there, go have fun, support these people. And usually, I don't have to pay a cover when I'm out there doing this stuff. So it's a commitment of time. But you know what? Even after a long day of work and going out there thinking, I got to go there. Like my mission is I need to get out there to support my friend. But when I get there, I'm having fun. I'm having a blast. And it doesn't feel like a commitment or like I had to go out of my way or anything like that. So love it. All right. And thank you to all of our wonderful sponsors for helping us keep the lights on here at the Fort Worth Roots Podcast. And again, you can find all of our sponsors on our website, FortWorthRoots.com. Go to the Trusted Sponsors tab, click on that, and there's a drop down with everybody's information on it. Easy to find, all in one place. And we love hearing about your success stories working with our sponsors. And if you have a not success story, we want to hear about that too, so that we can call our friends and be like, hey, our friends had a bad experience. Could you please help them out? That has happened in the past, and I've had to reach out to my sponsors and be like, hey, man, this is what happened. Could you give them a call? And they will. If you've ever been in business for yourself, it is so hard to continue to get good ratings online because stuff happens. Things do happen. So if you do have any kind of issue, contact them first. But if I can reach out to them and say, hey, look, this is what happened, I'm happy to do it. So because they're people and shit happens, to put it plainly. All right. August 11th, don't forget the spectacle, along with Trash Puppies and Spatial Distortion. It is going to be a rad-ass rock show out at Cicada. Doors at 6, August 11th. Free show, early show, which is good for me. I don't like staying up late. I really don't. It affects me. So, okay. Again, Jorge, Arista, thank you. Our buddy Sam at the Feld Podcast, thank you. And we will see you guys next week. Thank y'all for listening. I'll see you later. And hold on a minute. Here comes Jorge Arista with the live performance at Boulevard Brew.
Make sure it's not too loud so I can keep talking, okay? Let's do a couple of songs, guys. Like I said, my name is Jorge Arista. I'm out of Fort Worth, Texas. You can catch me playing locally. You can catch me playing pretty much all over town in the DFW area, Dallas, Fort Worth, Weatherford, Burleson, Lake Worth. Lots of cool places, and we're right here with the Fort Worth Roots podcast with Mr. Andrew. Let's do a couple of songs for you guys. This is an original song called Till the Whiskey Ends. I wrote this song. I went to an open mic one time. I'm not going to tell you where, but I went to an open mic, and they told me I could not play unless I wrote my own song. This is what kind of started the songwriting stuff. And I went home. I was so angry, and I wrote this song out of hate and spite, and I was angry, and it came out to be a really good, happy song. It's a song about hanging out with your friends, playing guitar, and drinking whiskey. It's called Till the Whiskey Ends. It goes a little like this. Come inside, take a seat, grab a drink, kick up your feet. You and me, we got all night. Or we can fuss, or we can fight, or we can drink and carry on all through the break of dawn. Drink whiskey and play guitar around the fire with all the boys. Everyone's got a story to tell about how their life was hell. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll sing another song and we'll drink some more. We'll be a drink whiskey and play guitar around the fire with all the boys. We'll be a drink whiskey with all our friends all night long till the whiskey ends. We'll be a drink whiskey and play guitar around the fire with all the boys. We'll be a drink whiskey with all our friends all night long till the whiskey ends. Oh yeah. Oh, oh yeah. Oh, oh yeah. Come inside, take a seat, grab a drink, kick up your feet. You and me, we got all night. We can fuss, or we can fight, or we can drink and carry on all through the break of dawn. I drink whiskey and play guitar around the fire with all the boys. Everyone's got a story to tell about how their life was hell. 1, 2, 3, 4. I sing another song and we'll drink some more. We'll be a drink whiskey and play guitar around the fire with all the boys. We'll be a drink whiskey with all our friends all night long till the whiskey ends. We'll be a drink whiskey and play guitar around the fire with all the boys. We'll be a drink whiskey with all our friends all night long till the whiskey ends. Oh, Texas whiskey for me and my Texas whiskey for me and my Texas whiskey for me and my friend. Oh, for me and my friend. Oh, for me and my drink whiskey, play guitar around the fire with all the boys. I drink whiskey with all our friends all night long till the whiskey ends. I drink whiskey and play guitar around the fire with all the boys. I drink whiskey with all our friends all night long till the whiskey ends. Oh yeah. Oh, oh yeah. Oh, oh yeah. Yeah. Thank you. That's that gothic country that I'm talking about right there. So it boosts up. That's what I said. As soon as I started playing, man, it's a little loud. So I just want to make sure y'all can all still talk and have a good time. So yeah, it goes a little crazy there. Should we do another original? Should we do a cover? We can do a cover. Original, he says. sure, why not? So this is another song that I wrote. So this song right here, I wrote this while watching some like old movies. I was watching, I think it was Sinbad and the Seven Seas with the old claymation. Ray Harryhausen, he used to do all this stuff, and I remember seeing he had the head of Medusa in a bag. I don't know if you remember this scene, and the devil pokes it, and then this like scorpions and stuff start coming out into the water, and I'm like, man, that water is messed up, right? So I thought, what happens if, this was just in my head, you were getting baptized up down the road over there and the devil poked his bag and now you're screwed because that water is no longer good, right? That water is unholy. So this song is called Unholy Waters. It's got nothing to do with that. That's just where my mind went. And the song actually sounds like sounds like a Quentin Tarantino movie, end of movie trailer kind of stuff where the sheriff went into town, done killed everybody, and he's riding out with bullet holes in him, going back to his family. This is what it's going to sound like. And so it sounds like an old Western. It's a really cool song. My mom hates it because it talks about unholy waters. So this was called Unholy Waters. Okay. Sunset, guy on a horse. I just imagine it. Baptize me in unholy water. Hold me up high so they don't have to bother. No, no. Ooh, oh Lord, unholy water. Curse my name, curse my family. Come after me, 'cause they know where I'm gonna be, yeah, yeah. Ooh, oh Lord, unholy water. Take me back, back to the river. Damn my name, damn my soul. Take me back, back to the river, oh Lord, to baptize me in unholy water. Spend my days searching for an answer, trying to find the man to blame, yeah, yeah. Ooh, oh Lord, unholy water. Take me back, back to the river. Damn my name, damn my soul. Take me back, back to the river, oh Lord, to baptize me in unholy water. Take me back, back to the river. Damn my name, damn my soul. Take me back, back to the river, Lord, to baptize me in unholy water, to baptize me in unholy water. That's me. Yes. Yeah, that's a very Quentin Tarantino-esque end of Western type. Yeah, I wrote that. Mom hates that. She likes the music. She likes everything. She's just like, why do you have to put that in there? Why unholy waters? Why is there a devil in that song? Why is there? I don't know, Mom. What did you do to me growing up? So I just wrote this one like maybe a couple weeks ago. Finally came out. She's like, do I do it? Let's do it. You got all these angels and demons fighting over your soul. When you're walking in the darkness, you're bound to find yourself in a hole. So take another drink, take another drag. Soon you'll find yourself inside a body bag, and you won't have to worry about the clothes you're gonna wear the next day. Well, your soul is feeling heavy. I don't think you're winning this race. You got an angel on your shoulder. A devil wants to take his place. Well, you don't know what to think, don't know what to do. Make the wrong decision and your life will be through, and you won't have to worry about the clothes you're gonna wear the next day. Oh, what you gonna do with your life? Better start living it right. Better start living it right. Only you can make decisions for yourself. Better start living it right. Better start living it right. Your fingers on the trigger as you're walking up to this man. You ask him for his money, telling him to raise his hand. You make your last mistake, it don't go as it planned. He reaches for a wallet, there's a gun in his hand, and you won't have to worry about the clothes you're gonna wear the next day. Oh, what you gonna do with your life? Better start living it right. Better start living it right. Only you can make decisions for yourself. Better start living it right. Better start living it right. Woo! In case y'all didn't figure that one out, it's about a guy not making the right decisions, and he's pretty much dead at the end of that one. So try to rob somebody. So make the right decision, guys. I said we do a couple of covers just because they're fun. We do some drinking songs. Let's do some drinking songs. Anybody like, well, this one, well, I'm going to change that up. This is this is called In Hell, I'll Be in Good Company. It's a good one. Hope you like this one. Supposed to be a banjo right here. A dead love could go no further. A proud of, disgusted by her. A push of the little bruised and battered. Oh Lord, I ain't coming home to you. My life's a bit more colder. A dead wife is what I told her. A brass knife sticks through my shoulder. Oh Lord, I ain't coming home to you. I see my redhead mess bed, tears shed, queen be my squeeze. The stage of smells, tells, hell spells, misspells, knocks me on my knees. It didn't hurt, flirt, blood, squirt, stuff, shirt, hang me from a tree. After I count down 3 rounds, in hell I'll be in good company. In hell I'll be in good company. Dead love could go no further. A proud of, disgusted by her. A push of the little bruised and battered. Oh Lord, I ain't coming home to you. My life's a bit more colder. A dead wife is what I told her. A brass knife sticks through my shoulder. Oh Lord, I ain't coming home to you. I see my redhead mess bed, tears shed, queen be my squeeze. The stage of smells, tells, hell spells, misspells, knocks me on my knees. It didn't hurt, flirt, blood, squirt, stuff, shirt, hang me from a tree. After I count down 3 rounds, in hell I'll be in good company. In hell I'll be in good company. No, what? I don't know that. I wish. That's some guitar picking right there, man. I'll tell you what I will play for you. This is something I play every now and again. I'm going to play you the best country song ever written. She starts laughing. She always tells me, don't play this here. Don't play this at this place. They love it. So check this out. This song is probably the best country song ever written. This is part of that setup. This is a setup, right? All right? So this song has a beer in it. Check 1. This song has a sheriff in it. Check 2. This song has a horse in it. Check 3. This song has a saloon in it. Check 4. This song has a wiffle ball bat in it. Wiffle ball bat. This is the best country song ever written by 3 Jewish guys out of New York City. You're going to say, what? And I'm going to say it's a country song because it is a country song. It's got a little intro to it, and it goes a little like this. Intro's not part of the song, but it is. You know it's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to make that money for the rent. With all the Cadillac and gas money spent, and all this in the streets talking. Y'all ready? Well, here's a little story I've got to tell about 3 bad brothers you know so well. It started way back in history with that rock MCA and me, Mike D. Been had a little horsey named Paul Revere. Just me and my horsey and a quart of beer. Riding across the land, kicking up sand. Sheriff posse's on my tail, cause I'm in demand. One lonely beastie I be, all by myself without nobody. The sun is beating down on my baseball hat. The air is getting cold, my beer is getting flat. Said, looking for a girl, I ran into a guy. His name is MCA. I said, howdy. He said, hi. He told a little story that sounded well rehearsed. 4 days on the road and he was dying of thirst. The brew was in my hand and he was on my tip. His voice was hoarse, his throat was dry. He asked me for a sip. He said, can I have some? I said, you can't have none. Had a chance to run. He pulled out his shotgun. Quick on the draw, I thought I'd be dead. He put the gun to my head and this is what he said. Said, my name is MCA, I got a license to kill. I think you know what time it is, it's time to get ill. Now what do we have here? Anello and his beer. I run this land, you understand, I make myself clear. We stepped into the wind, he had a gun, I had a grin. You think the story's over, but it's ready to begin. Well, I got the gun, you got the brew. You got 2 choices of what you can do. It's not a tough decision as you can see. Well, I can blow you away or you can ride with me. I said I'll ride with you if you can get me to the border. The sheriff's after me for what I did to his daughter. I did it like this, I did it like that. I did it with a wiffle ball bat. So I'm on the run, the cops got my gun. And right about now it's time to have some fun. The king at rock, that is my name, and I know the fly spot where they got the champagne. We rode for 6 hours, then we hit the spot. The beats was bumping and the girlies was hot. This dude was staring like he knows who we are. So we took an empty spot next to him at the bar and said, yippee yo, you know this kid? I said I didn't, but I know he did. The kid said, get ready, cause this ain't funny. My name's Mike D and I'm about to get money. Pulled out the jammy, aimed it at the sky. He yelled, stick 'em up and let's do fly. Hands went up and people hit the floor. He shot 2 kids that ran for the door. Said, I'm Mike D and I get respect. Your cash and your jewelry is what I expect. MCA was with it and he's my ace. So I grabbed the piano player and I punched him in the face. The piano player's out, the music stopped. This boy had beef and he got dropped. Mike D grabbed the money, MCA snatched the gold. He grabbed 2 girlies and a beer that's cold. Outro. You know it's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to make that money for the rent. With all the Cadillac and gas money spent and all these in the streets talking. Yeah. And now you know it's a country song. You're welcome. You want to do another one or y'all ready to interview? You tell me. It's up to you. I don't care. One more. All right, let's do the song off. Let's slow. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. This is a song that's also recorded. This is on Spotify. This one's called Kentucky. This is not one of my songs. It's a Giovanni the Hired Gun song that he didn't play anymore, so I figured I'd record it because I like it. And one of my favorite bands, one of my favorite songs. It goes a little like this. Hope you like it. So you can find it on Spotify under my name, Jorge Arista, under that name right there. Just go to the podcast thing. It's there. So this is called Kentucky. Hope y'all like it. Can you hear the rain outside? It don't even cross my mind, 'cause it don't understand all of my pain. And the sunshine trying to break through the blinds and shine on you, and shine on you. And you finally go outside. You see the tops of the pines stare down on you, stare down on you. And she says that I'm going insane. And I just smile and say I'm okay. And oh, Kentucky, I thought you really loved me. Well, I guess I'll sit here and accept my fate. Oh, Kentucky, I thought you really loved me. Well, I guess I'll sit here and accept my fate. Oh, Kentucky. Can you hear the dog bark outside? He been howling all night at that moonlight, at that moonlight. And the moon cast a shade, her reflection across the waves of the water. As you look down and you finally go outside, you see the tops of the pines stare down on you, stare down on you. And she says that I'm going insane. And I just smile and say I'm okay. And oh, Kentucky, I thought you really loved me. Well, I guess I'll sit here and accept my fate. Oh, Kentucky, I thought you really loved me. Well, I guess I'll sit here and accept my fate. Oh, Kentucky, I thought you were the one for me, but I see you've moved on. Oh, Kentucky, guys. You can find that one on Spotify. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm taking a little break. Start your thing. This man right here looks like Jared Leto on that movie where he was killing people. The hair and stuff. But you got the face. You got the Leto face, dude. Lucky man. You got Leto face, bro. Take it.
One more time. Big round of applause for Jorge Arista. Find him on Instagram as JG Arista. And thank you to everybody for coming out today. We are really trying to do everything we can to promote small businesses and keep this party going. Real quick, I'm going to put this over here, you guys, if you'd like to. There's a Venmo link where you can tip our artist tonight and show him a little bit of support. It's also got his Instagram on there and his Facebook and his phone number if you want to schedule an event. So, Sam, can I hand this to you? Thank you, brother. Big round of applause for Sam from the Failed Podcast. Showed up here to be part of this with us today. So what we're doing whenever we do little events like this is just trying to keep community alive. We've lost a lot of businesses over the last 3 years after following COVID, and we all got kind of scared. We're like, what do we do? How do we keep people coming out? Because everybody got very comfortable sitting on their couch at the house and not getting out, not socializing. And you saw a lot of crazy stuff. Not just businesses closing, but depression rates are up, suicide rates are up, all that kind of stuff. And the reason is we need community. So, ma'am, if you'll, Jorge, where you at? So anyway, thank you guys for being here from the bottom of my heart. We cannot do this kind of stuff without you guys. Big shout out to Boulevard Brew, our buddy Brad, who started this about 10 months ago, took over this place and has tried to make it more vibrant and more community driven. You guys can use this space however you want. He's happy to host your event, get something going for you in whichever fashion you need this space for. If you need a roof over your head and air conditioning, you can do it right here at Boulevard Brew. It's a great location, rad little space. So keep that in mind anytime you're thinking of planning your next event. Mama Lou still has some tamales in the back. If y'all haven't had them yet, they're fire. Best tamales I've ever had. I keep hearing that. So go see what she's got left over. But we'll be back with you in just a minute with David Armstrong, who is an ultra marathoner and a hyper-local influencer. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. We're going to play some more local music for you guys off of Amplify817.org, which is a part of the Fort Worth Public Library and a sponsor of the Fort Worth Roots Podcast. All right, let's play some music and get ready for David Armstrong. Thank y'all again for being here. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Come on, let's go.